Hi guys. So we are back with more distress tolerance skills from Dialectical Behavior Therapy. And today we are going to be talking about the Resistt technique. So Resistt stands for, got my little cheat sheet here, reframing the situation, which is basically finding a silver lining. So whatever situation we're in, if we're looking at it as being hostile or really negative, is there some way we can find a silver lining? Is there something we can find that's good about it? Something we can learn from it that can help us to not see it as reprehensible and terrible. Next, we have engaging, is the E, in a distracting activity. So if you're going through something really intense, something that's really bothering you, can you get distracted for a little while? Sometimes this helps to sort of lessen the intensity of the emotion, and then when you come back to the problem that you're dealing with, you're in a more regulated state, and then you're able to cope more effectively with the problem. Next up, we have S, and that stands for someone else. Can you reach out to someone else? And I cannot emphasize enough how helpful this can be when you're kind of in your own head. In 12-step, they say that your mind is a dangerous neighborhood. Don't hang out there by yourself. So if you can get connected with someone else, ask about their day, how things are going with them, it can be a really great distraction, a really great pattern interrupt to whatever it is that you're attempting to cope with. And again, when you come back, hopefully you're more regulated and you kind of have a fresh perspective. All right, next we have the I, and that stands for intense sensations. So this is one of my favorite DBT skills. There's another skill called TIP that deals specifically with this component of the Resistt skill. And it's temperature, intense exercise, progressive muscle relaxation, and paced breathing. And all of these intense sensations are ways that you can calm your nervous system down. And we can go into that in another video in a little bit more depth and detail. But one thing to know is that cold is a really, really great, again, pattern interrupt that helps us to tolerate distress. So if you're feeling something really intense and you can hold some ice cubes or get into a cold shower, that really sort of startles the mind and the body and apprehends our attention in a way that takes our focus away from this really intense thing that we're trying to cope with. And it's much less destructive, even not at all destructive compared to if we're going to self-harm or just destructive behaviors in order to cope with our intensity. So instead of going to self-harm, can we go to holding something really cold and getting the intensity there instead? All right. Next up for the Resistt skill, we have another S, and there's two T's. So the S is for shut it out, and this is removing ourselves from a situation that is toxic or is upsetting us. Pretty cut and dry. If you're in the middle of an argument or if you're in an environment that is really triggering you, can you leave? Can you go somewhere else? Can you literally take a physical break and get some distance from it? All right, our first T is for thinking neutral thoughts. So instead of getting caught in these thought loops that are really triggering, and they're kind of like a feedback loop even, where we think this negative thought leads to this one and now we're catastrophizing, can we think neutral thoughts? The wall is white. The sky is blue. I feel a breeze on my skin. Neutral thoughts. And again, we're working on shifting our attention away from the thing that's really intense and upsetting onto something that will help us to calm down, that won't be triggering. And finally, our last T is for take a break. So this is really like take a mental vacation. Go lay in the grass, go look at some clouds, go listen to some music. A little bit akin to shutting it out or removing yourself from a situation, but just allowing yourself to take a break. When something's really hard and really intense, we don't need to get hero points for suffering through it. It's okay to take breaks so your system can calm down. And when you come back to it, you'll be more effective for having taken the break. I hope you found this helpful. Let me know in the comments below, and let me know what you'd like to hear more about in regards to emotion regulation, distress tolerance, dialectical behavior therapy, mental health and wellness, and just coping with life, because it gets intense sometimes. All right, see you soon.